For the second skill set, we're going to import some MIDI into a project. So you can create your own ideas, but there's a ton of stuff that already exists out there and some great stuff. And especially for those who don't know music theory skills, things about harmony and the like, it's a lot easier just to get some pre-made stuff and bring it into the system and then assign it to some sounds. So we're going to do that here. We're going to bring in some chord progressions and drum beats that someone else made that are freely available. And once we get them in, then we're going to do a couple things to them. So we're going to import chord progression, a series of harmonies. We're going to import MIDI drum beat. And then we're going to take these things and assign them to sounds in this Presence XT module. Finally, we're going to actually extract a melody out of the chord progressions, just steal some of the notes out of the chords, which will make a melody. And we're going to put this all together in different tracks, making them each have the right level of loudness and each have their own space in the stereo space from speakers to left to right. Okay, so we're going to make it sound good both in loudness and stereo space. Finally, after those kind of basic mixing skills, we're going to make things loud enough so that they're not clipping in the main master track. And we're just going to take the end result, export it as a WAV file, zip everything up in a folder, and give it to me. So I've listed some places here where you can get MIDI files. In fact, if you click on this particular thing, it'll show you the exact ones I used in the project. You can use those yourself if you like, or you can just use any one from this website. So I'm going to jump to that website so you can see it. You can go to something like this. I'm going to click on MIDI chord progressions, you can see here. So I'm going to click on that, open it up in a new tab over here, drum loops. And if you click on it, I just did this triads and simple rhythm or voices and 4. I'm going to pick one that has a 4/4 timing. See, this one says 4/4. That's the meter. Typically, we're going to pick one in that type of meter. And if you click here, it'll play it back for you. Oops, well, it'll download the thing. So it's a minor chord progression. I downloaded that one, and then I went over to the drums. I can't actually remember which one I downloaded, probably some blues or rock thing. And you can, play these too. You can demo them with the MP3 demo. So I did some type of thing like this, I don't know. Maybe not that. But the ones I actually picked are here. And so if you go into my file and click these video MIDI files, you can use the exact same ones I did if you want to. So I'm going to download them. And once they're downloaded, go to my downloads folder. Now grab this drum kit MIDI file. We're going to bring it into Studio One and ask me if I want to load sounds for it. Usually it'll do this just fine, but somehow it doesn't seem to want to do them correctly with drum files, so it didn't do anything really. I've got this MIDI in here, but it's assigned to no sounds, and because it's not assigned to any sounds, well, I hear nothing play back. I'm going to go to the top here, drag to create a loop, put it in loop mode. Then I'm going to go to Instruments and drag a instance of this Presence on top of it. And I'm going to select a drum kit for it. And hit play. If I don't like it now, since it's looping, I can just keep on changing kits by hitting the arrow key. Nope. Okay, so once I got something I want, I can stop here. Now I'm going to go to here and grab this 4 voices thing and drag that in. And that makes these chord progressions, as you can see down here. I'm actually going to put them in different colors too. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to make these some bright color and make these a bright color that's different. And that way if I ever select them and put them together, I can see like the different drum beats in yellow and the chord progressions in red, and I can really quickly get a good idea for all the different sounds I have in here. Here's chords, and here's drum beats in here. Now, of course, chords aren't attached to anything, so I'm going to take another presence instrument and drag it on there. And I'm going to assign some sound for the chords. And for this, I'm going to go to some guitar sounds. Let's hear and see what we think. Cool. So that works out pretty well. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make one more track here. I'm just going to drag another instance in here. I'm going to make this a melody. Let's actually double click here, call it melody, and call this harmony or chords maybe, and call this drums. We have things properly labeled so we can know what the heck they are later on. Make this blue. For the melody, I'm going to select some type of instrument that will really stand out, come through. Let's try it for the moment. Okay, so we're going to go into here. Close this out of the way. We're going to select actually these top notes. If I can't get any more, I'm going to hold down Shift. Dun, 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 dun. So I want that idea basically. So hold down Shift, select them all, and hit Edit Copy, or just hit Apple C for that. And go into here, and I'm gonna draw in another one of these. Come on, little clips. Rewind to the beginning and hit paste. I'm gonna hit D to duplicate that as well, so it does it twice. Now if I listen to this, it's a bit low. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna put it up an octave higher. There's a couple ways you can do that. You can hit transpose and just say up one octave. You can drag it up. Anyway, the levels aren't very good though, so let's go over here and go to here, mix. Okay, and now I'm going to put the chords kind of in the right, melody in the middle, and drums in the left. See what we needed to do still. Imported everything, put the chords on the right side, melody in the middle, drums on the left, change the volume level so we liked it. Now we just have to export this stuff. Save our whole song. Okay, so I'm gonna go to song and export or mix down. And I'm going to mix it down between loop, which is what we already have. 16 bits just fine. Cool. And we say OK. Uh-oh, clipping occurred. Okay, I told you I don't want to have clipping, so let's not export it. No. Look over here. In this area, it's saying things are getting too loud. So we can just bring it down by a few decibels. better way to do is just to move these sounds down first. But whatevs. Okay, so now let's export it again. Cool, and here's our sound file. And then we can take our entire thing and call it Poland.tim, and what else here? .sp, yada yada yada. Cool. Now let's go to here to turn it in, choose from my computer, and I go to, there it is, hit choose and upload. And yay, the thing is turned in. So that's it.